You know what I'm saying? The whole thing of the good anyway. Remember when the Most High was making the earth, what did he say? He saw that everything was very good. So none of that is not by mistake. That's why the Tower of Heaven that they were building in the Babel Tower, hint that why Kanye called himself what? Walt Disney, because Walt Disney, you know, when you understand the Walt Disney's logo, the Walt Disney logo anyway is what? It's the Tower to Heaven. You feel what I'm saying? There's no way around this. That's why he had the album Life of Pablo. You feel me? Because when you understand the Pablo Escobar anyway, like I broke that down, when you understand the cocaine bricks, hint the brick by brick, layer by layer, and when you use coke, what does it do? It attacks the blood. You feel what I'm saying? The whole thing of it going through the blood to make you high and imagine, you get, you know, it alters your mind. You feel what I'm saying? So the whole thing of that, because we already know anyway that the blood don't represent nothing but the salvation of the Messiah, and they want to corrupt that. You know, that stuff is that deep, man. It's that deep. That's why he did that. That's why he had to have that album. And when you understand his albums anyway, you know how you see graduation album on the top left. You see how he's sitting down looking real sad on the college dropout. My fault, college dropout, because all that represents is him losing the glory. Remember, I already said how he's a, you know, how as we already know that, you know, that they'll be brought down low. You remember that how it's written in scriptures, they shall be brought down. You feel what I'm saying? So when you look at it and you see the teddy bear, remember I said the bear represents nothing but a host of spirits, Kanye within the bear, and you see that represent them being dropped out. You know, college dropout. When you look at that, that's like the theme of like the higher wisdom, the higher knowledge, the heavens, the God man. You know how to drop out basically being an outcast. That's why late registration. You know, the doors were already closing on him to the kingdom. You see that? And then graduation, notice that he's flying again because that represents nothing but the whole theme of the God man, the all seeing eye. You feel me? You see how all of this comes together. Then after that, he had the heartbreak. Remember, I already broke down what the heart represents. Then he had the twisted dark fantasy because all that represents is nothing but their imagination of them wanting to reach back to their God form. And I'm gonna prove that in a minute because hint the song Power. Remember that no one man should have all that power. What that was talking about was nothing but the Messiah, aka Lewis. You see how you got the blood on top of the stone? And you see how you got the clouds? Because the clouds is written, behold, the Messiah should be revealed through the clouds. And when you look at it, the sword on the head represents the word of God, mounting the Messiah as the head of the Lewis stone that the Masons reject to use. That's why it was called my twisted dark fantasy, because they wanted to be gods again. This is why he was saying no one man should have all that power. Like, why does the Messiah gets to have all that power? We should have it. You know what I'm saying? It's all in our face, man. The Lewis stone, the stone the Masons reject to use.